Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm on the new triumphbobber 2026 model. Really is such a nice looking bike. No matter what angle you look at it from, it just looks great. Yeah, I love it. I do love a bobber, but more important than looking cool, let's go and see what she rides like. I quite like the key down the side here, out of the way. Well, it's really windy today, so I apologise if the sound is a bit rubbish. Let's go and have a play. I love how throaty this thing sounds. So I actually owned a triumphbobber a few years back, and I had the triumphbobber black when they first came out in 2018. Because the bobbers come out in 2017, but it had a bigger front wheel with a skinny tyre. In 2018 they went to the bobber black, which was a smaller front wheel but a thicker wheel with the twin discs, whereas the 2017 model only had a single disc. But I quite liked it because it had that retro look to it, you know. I thought it was really smart. But yeah, when they brought the twin disc out in 2018, I actually had one for a couple of years. So yeah, it's a really cool bike. I had a lot of fun on that. Oh, this takes me back. So yeah, after a couple of years of owning that bobber, I don't know why, I just got a little bit bored of it. And I wanted something different. And I went something completely different. I got myself an MT10. So that is slightly different. But over time, with that thing, all I found was just hammering it all the time. You know, they didn't really look cool, in my opinion. You know, they're a fun bike, but it didn't really look cool. And I wanted something that was really cool, so I went back to a bobber, but I got an Indian bobber, and that was also a lot of fun. But the thing is with the bobbers, they just turn heads. They really do, no matter where you go. Even the stock one like this, people look when you park it up. Even when you stop off to get some fuel, you know, people like to have a look. I think they've changed a few things for this year. I think they've changed the tyres. I can't remember what it was before, but their Metzeler's on there at the minute. I'll have to put some stuff up on the screen, some information, because I can't remember. But I think they've got a bigger tank as well for this year from last year. I think it's a 14 litre tank. I think it was 12 the year before. Again, I don't know exactly. I should have really read up on it really. But it's not so much a review as such, going through all the specifications. There's so many videos out there with that stuff on. It's just more of what I feel when I'm riding it, you know, my personal opinion. So yeah, let's go and have a look. So yeah, after a couple of years of owning that bobber, I thought I'd give it a go. I think it's a 14 litre tank. No, I had a guy shout at me earlier. He kept trying to get past me, and all it was, he just wanted to say I had my indicator on because I've put my camera there. And it's right in the way of the flashing light. Sometimes I forget, I don't see it flashing, and I keep going. I'm indicating right. It's tight right-hander. It's just started to rain. Which is typical. The weather app said that it was going to rain at 4 o'clock, and as usual, about 2 hours before then it started raining. It's about right. I love the engine on this. Parallel twin. Not massive power, about 77 horsepower I believe, but it's over 100 newton meters of torque. I think it's around the 106 mark. You know, it's got plenty of torque there. It's just got nice power. Yeah, it just sounds good. Even with the stock exhaust, it's just got that nice deep tone to it. You know, when you put a pipe on them, they sound ridiculous really. Then my brother's got a custom one. They bought that new, I think it's back in 22. He's customised that. You want to go and check out his Instagram, I'll put his name up on the screen now so you can check it out. But he's got a custom bobber, and it's really sick. Oh, which way should we go? Let's go this way. Yeah, it's really sick. And he's got the Hitchcock slip-ons on it, but he has got an X pipe as well, so that obviously helps a lot. And that sounds ridiculous, that thing. Really cool. I think with this year's model, I'm not 100% sure. I'm only going by what Ray the Bonnie Biker said. If any of you guys watched this video, he said that the catalytic converter is actually welded in now on here, whereas before you could just unbolt it, take it out and put an X pipe in, which was great. Yeah, the Hitchcock slip-ons is I think it's a really popular exhaust for these, but they just sound and they look so good. There's nothing worse than getting stuck behind a blue Vauxhall Groundland XX Ecotech. Nothing worse. So I've got a different mic set up at the minute. I'm trying for this video. I've got the cable mic, the Lavner mic, plugged in to the DJI Mic 2 instead of doing it completely wireless. So I've got the Mic 2 in my pocket here, and I've got the cable running up through just to see if that's any better for the sound. I test rode the Triumph Scrambler 400 on my last video, if you guys checked it out. I had to do a voiceover, but to be honest I wasn't overly happy with the voiceover. I just couldn't get the settings right. And I used my DJI Mic 1 straight into the laptop and done it that way, but I just couldn't get it how I wanted it, so I wasn't overly happy. So I'm trying it this way. But yeah, if you guys could just let me know if you've made it this far in the video, just drop a comment just to see what you think, get your opinions on the audio, whether it's any good or not. And if it's not any good, I'll have to play around, see if I can make it any better. Nice bit of torque. That's what I like out of these bikes, is the torque, not so much the power. You know, to use the power you've got to be really winding it up to even get to that power, you know. But the torque is what you want on the roads. You know, some of these bikes that have got massive power, like 200 horsepower, you can't really use it on the road unless you take it to a track. So I'd much rather have the torque, that's for sure. Nice strong brakes on here. Brembos on the front, twin Brembos. Oh, come on, that's a bit slow, isn't it? Don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so Brembos on the front, twin disc. obviously your single disc on the back. Be a bit awkward to put a twin disc on the back, I suppose, wouldn't it? But yeah, they work really good. You've got adjustable levers on here, pretty basic, but they do the job. You've got your settings 1, 2, 3, 4, same with the brake as well, so you can adjust it. I've only got short fingers, so I have to adjust the levers in a bit. It's always handy to have adjustable levers for things like that. Oh! Yeah, that's one thing I forgot about the bobber. Potholes and bumps. I'm so used to the scrambler, you just literally go over it. Any little pothole with this, it just goes right through you, especially when you've got a rucksack on with camera gear and all that, and it's quite heavy. You hit a pothole, you know you've hit a pothole. That's one thing I found before, was the rear suspension is not too clever. You know, I think they should do something a bit better with that, really. I know you can buy aftermarket shocks for them, but I've never tried one with an aftermarket shock, so I wouldn't know what it was like. But you can get different seats as well, like Springer seats, things like that, to try and take the edge off. But like I said, I'm not too clued up on that, because I've never used one. So since owning my bobber back in 2018, I know this one's got the bigger tank, but it don't feel any different to what I can remember. It feels very, very samey. And I think with these, really, it'd be nice to give them a complete revamp, you know. You know, it's all personal opinion, but you know, it's all very samey. They've changed a few little bits. I think they've changed the air intake covers and the side panels and that they've changed, just sort of sharpen the edges up a bit. Different headlight. You know, even the speedo's the same, but you've got a USB charging point at the side, which is always good to have. They should have done that a long time ago. That's everybody wants a charging point. I think one thing that would look really cool on here is having the twin dials on the front, and do away with that one and change it for a twin one. I think that would look pretty cool. You really feel that back end bumping about. That's character. Makes it fun to ride. Oh, that was tighter than I thought. But the bobber turns in lovely. Here comes the rain. I mean, these are quite a weighty bike, but the good thing with these is the weight is all down low. You know, it's a real low bike, so you can turn in nicely with it. Whereas the scrambler, it's all top heavy, so you can feel the difference in the corners. Really enjoying this. Just takes me back, you know. So I say I've had two bobbers and they're just so sick, you know. But it all depends on what you want out your riding. If you want something that just looks cool, you know, a bobber, you can't go wrong. Especially when you start customising it and making it your own. There's so many parts you can buy for these. You know, I think they look really cool when they've been sort of chopped about a bit. You know, get rid of that mud guard at the back, because that's very bulky. I'm not overly keen on that. To take the fender off, get some nice little indicators on it, different exhaust, little front fender, little things like that, change the seat, even custom paint jobs. And you can really make it your own then. This colour scheme I quite like. The black with the red stripe, and then the grey at the front. I really like it. Gives it that mean look. I think my favourite colour that they do is the blue one, the blue and black. I think that's a really nice looking blue they got on there. That'd be my personal favourite, but this still looks good. Oh, the rain's really starting to come now. Oh, indicator's still on. Yeah, here it comes. I was hoping I was going to avoid this. Oh, I don't know where the hell we're going. Let's go this way. Do I say bye to the old scrambler and get another bobber? Will Bobber might make a return? The trouble is, when you ride one of these around these sorts of roads, you're having a great time on it, you think, oh yeah, I really want one, but then when you think of other riding that you're going to do, it's nice to have that versatility. If you want to go on a trip somewhere, you know, these ain't practical. You know, they're a cool looking bike and they're a great bike, but they're not practical. I mean, you can do some miles on it if you can put up with the achy back and achy ass and all that. That's what I used to get. I'd done quite a few miles on it in a day going to Wales, and that almost killed me. You know, compared to the scrambler, when I'd done the same trip on that, it was night and day difference. You know, everybody's different. You know, I'm quite tall, so I'm a little bit, you know, crunched up on it. So I'm comfortable on it. The position is really nice on here, but over a long period of time, I do start to feel it a bit. So all the controls are, you know, they're pretty basic, really. You know, you got your lights, you got your information, which tells you your time. You got your revs, mileage you've done, you've got 2 trips, miles per gallon, and you got the total miles left in the tank, and that's pretty much it. Got your cruise control, and that's, you know, it's pretty basic stuff, really. Got your different modes. I think you've got a rain mode on there, which could come in handy for, well, when it's raining. They've also put a bigger seat on this. Bigger seat, thicker padding, just to make it a bit more comfortable, which I suppose that isn't a bad thing. But beefing up the tank and the seat together, it sort of bulks it out a little bit. Feels pretty comfortable, to be fair. I've been out on this for probably an hour and a half, and I feel alright actually, so it's obviously pretty comfortable. Nice big mirrors on here as well. I used to run these upside down on mine down here, but to be honest with you, it looked quite cool. But after a little while, you sort of think, you know, you can't really see that great out of them. And they used to, when I turned in, it used to hit my knees. And if you didn't have them set right as well, you could hit the tank. So, you know, I started running my mirrors back up this way now. Even on the scrambler, I used to run them down here, but to be honest with you, it's like you struggle to see. You've got to look up. And you know, after a while you just think, oh, you know, I need to be able to see. It does help, that's what they're there for. So, but these ones are really nice. I can see really well out of them. Yeah, if any of you guys own a bobber, just drop a comment. What's your favourite things you like about it? I'm trying to interact a little bit more with people on here, because what I found with YouTube is it's very difficult to sort of grow your audience. You know, you put a video out, it's very hard to get people to subscribe to the channel. You know, I've done this channel for about a year now, like just over a year, and I've only got just under 700 subscribers. So it's really slow building up. it'd be nice to try and interact with people a little bit more in the comments and see what the people want to see on the channel. You know, so yeah, drop a comment if you've got a bobber. What's your favourite thing about it? What don't you like about it? That sort of thing. And yeah, if you're interested in more videos coming up, I've got a couple of things lined up. I've got a few trips planned. I've got a couple of new bikes coming from Triumph, and my next one's going to be Speed Triple RS. That's a completely different monster. I haven't ridden anything like that for, well, since I've had my MT10 was the last time I've ridden that sort of bike, super naked. I've got that for a couple of weeks, and then after that I've got the Triumph Rocket. That's the GTR. Sorry, the Triumph Rocket R. That's it. Storm. So that'd be good. I had the GT Storm last time. I absolutely love that. That was a bit of kit. Really enjoyed that. I did do a video on that if you guys wanted to go and check it out. That was a hell of a bit of kit. But this time I've got the R, which is a bit more sporty. You've got the lower bars, the centre pegs, different seat on it. You ain't got the pillion seat. And yeah, hopefully they drop off the orange and black, because that's my favourite colour for that one. So that'd be cool if they drop that off. But I'll do a video on those two. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this bobber, even though it's raining, it's miserable, typical British weather. It's still enjoying it. Been absolutely depressing here in the UK for the past, well, this year. It's rained most of the year. It's been really, really bad, so that's limited the bike time quite a lot, because I don't ride during the week at all. I don't commute or nothing like that, so I only use the bike at the weekends just to have fun on. So if the weather's miserable, I don't fancy going out riding around getting soaked and plastered, you know. I know it sounds a bit, you know, you're not a proper biker, got to get out in all weathers. But yeah, if I've got a choice, I ain't going to do it. But if you get caught in it, if you're out on a trip or things like that, it's completely different. But I ain't going to just go out for the sake of it and get absolutely plastered, all your gear soaked, bike's filthy, you know, just for going out for a couple of hours. I don't like getting too close to the cars in front when it's all wet like this, because all the crap coming off the tyre, it just goes all over the camera lens and you can't see if there's a load of crap on it. So when you go to check through the footage, it turns out terrible and you can't see anything. Luckily, it looks alright. Right guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Hope you've enjoyed watching. It's a shame I've got to give this bobber back, but unfortunately Triumph forgot to come and take it away. But I've had a great time on this, and yeah, if you could give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, it'd be appreciated. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.